Must be pretty good to get a win like that so close to finals against such a good quality opposition.
Yeah, it was a pleasing result for us today. We probably haven't had a great 2 months. So look, it wasn't our greatest game today, but I think it was just important for us to get momentum back in, and we got a win against a good opposition. So I think we took some steps forward today.
So leading into the finals against a team that you're going to play in a couple of weeks, do you feel like you've got a bit of a mental edge over Lauderdale now after a couple of wins this year?
Oh, I don't necessarily think that. Look, we've got some confidence now that we've been able to beat them 3 times. But look, they're still a pretty good team. And I reckon a couple of teams probably both held a few things back today. So look, yeah, it's good to get 3 wins against them, but confidence, yes, but I don't think it's too much more than that.
So it was a bit of a matter today of holding a few cards close to your chest in the lead up to the finals against them?
Oh, I think a little bit. Yeah. A win for us today was really important, so we certainly needed to win after a disappointing effort against North Launceston. So probably a couple of little things that we probably held back, and I reckon Lauderdale probably did the same, but a win's still a win, which we needed.
Jason Bailey injury looked to be an ankle.
Yeah, so he rolled his ankle, and it was probably a bad roll. I'm not sure about next week. Obviously, we've got Glenorchy next week, and I don't think that can change where we finish. So there'll be some chance that we'll rest him as well as Jackson O'Brien, but we'll just wait and see how they go. I reckon he would have come back on if it was a final, but we didn't want to risk him today.
Any other injuries from today?
Well, Jackson O'Brien hurt his shoulder, but that's probably a similar sort of one. He played out the game. He's a pretty tough character. We'll see how he comes up during the week. He likes to play footy, and I think with the shoulder you can strap him up, and as long as there's not too much damage you can sort of get away with him. So he was actually a pretty good effort to finish out the game under a little bit of duress.
Who particularly did impress you today?
I thought Brady Jones was really good in his 100th game. Had a really good 4-quarter effort. I think Jack Gleeson made a bit of an impact for us when he went into the middle in key stages of the game. And I think there was probably another 6 or 7 players that just had a really solid game, key moments of the game. Sam Siggins was good, kicked some goals early. Jake Cox played a really good game today. Probably wasn't his greatest against North Launceston and was dangerous today. Kicked a couple of important goals in a low-scoring game. So yeah, we probably had 7 or 8 plays that moved the needle in the right direction today.
Good to have Jez out there again.
Yeah. I was just talking to the other coaches then. It makes a lot of difference. You've got an on-field coach that can pick up things, and probably when you're in the box and you're trying to send a message out there, it happens straight away. And Jez is a classy player. First game back in, I think, 8 or 9 weeks. So very, very good to have him back out there.
The big game against Glenorchy next week, as you said earlier, the position on the ladder probably won't change as a result of that game. Will you experiment with a few things going into that match, or do you think it'll just be business as usual?
It'll probably be business as usual. It might be an opportunity to give some blokes opportunity from the development league. They've been going really well. Luke Murphy-Cowan and Justin O'Brien and Alex Silva, they're knocking on the door, so might provide opportunity. But for us, we just need to keep winning and keep momentum into the final series. I think one of our focuses this week was let's focus on Lauderdale, and once that's finished, we'll then focus on Glenorchy. So, yeah, if anything, a bit of opportunity for some blokes who have earned it.
And do you feel that after the game against North Launceston, do you think at any time the group kind of did feel a bit, I suppose, not as confident after that game? Do you think it took a little bit to build up for this match with the week off?
Yeah, look, I don't know about confidence. I think if anything, it just reinforced that we needed to get back to our basics of training. We had a really good 2 weeks of training, obviously, after North Launceston. So our training standards were much, much better this week. Our focus was a lot more clearer, and I think we got a bit of our hunger and our edge back against Lauderdale. We always get up against Lauderdale, but I think we just did a lot of little things better this week. As I said, on the training track, we sort of think training is really important for how we go. So we'll look forward to Glenorchy this week.
It's not the result it would have been after, but a pretty good hit-out run on the even final.
Yeah, no, it was a good hit-out. Good game, good solid pressure game, which we probably needed going into the final. So, while the result wasn't what we wanted, it was still a good hit-out.
What do you think was the difference in the end today?
I think the pressure on both teams were really good. A couple of their small forwards got hold of us a little bit at different times. They were able to get over the back. Well, I thought probably a bit more reactive than we'd like to be. We like to be playmakers and play good fast footy, and we weren't able to do that. So it was a strange game because I think both teams were just trying to get through it without any injuries and that sort of stuff. So it probably showed that way. I thought it was it seemed like it was a bit of a nothing game up there. There was no fight in the game, and which I'm pretty sure Jezza would have said the same thing I did, that we don't want to get involved in any of that sort of stuff. So the normal up and about Clarence game was probably not there.
Was there a bit of holding cards close to your chest with this one? Obviously, going to play them in a fortnight or so?
No, not really. Look, we went out the way we'll probably go out the next game and lined up as we wanted to play some good footy with the structure pretty settled. So the things weren't unfolding the way we wanted it, so we threw the team around a fair bit, which we normally do, and we're a pretty versatile team, so we threw that around and see how guys responded in different challenges and different positions and different opportunities to show what they can do. So no, they tagged Franklin for a little while, and then I think he was well held early, and then they dropped that and probably changed it up a little bit. So there was probably a little bit, but not a lot, I don't think.
Is there any concern about Clarence? Didn't we talk about Clarence having a mental edge over Lauderdale, just over the Wood, having the Wood over Lauderdale? Do you feel like there is a bit of a mental edge there playing against Clarence?
No, not really. We've probably had the Wood on them over the last couple of years. So if losing by a point is a mental edge, well, maybe they have. But no, I don't think so. I think the boys are pretty comfortable with the season that they've had to date, and they've done enough to get a double chance, and they'll be against Clarence. So, I think the intensity will be a little bit different come the first final.
Reece Sutton laid out today. How's his? Was it an ankle or something?
Yeah, he just did his ankle a little bit on Thursday night. We were going to play him, and then we decided not to. So, he certainly missed his drive and his carry and his work rate on the wing. Same with Rodney McManus. He's another one that we certainly can structure up around. He works so hard through the middle. So they'll come back in the first final.
And with the likes of Sutton, Ben McGuinness and Robbie McManus being out, it must give you a lot of confidence that, you did only lose by a point against Clarence today.
Look, Clarence got players out as well, so we know they're going to have guys come back into the team and that sort of stuff. So, you certainly don't rely on guys coming back into the team. You've got to be able to do the job on the day and get it done. So, who knows what's going to happen to training over the next 2 weeks. So they may not come up. We're pretty confident with the team that we had out there that we're going to get it done. And to Clarence's credit, they got over the line.
Were there any other injuries from today at all?
No, we got through unscathed, so that was pretty handy. So they'll recover up really strong now, and probably in the back end of the week have a solid couple of hit outs, and I'll get ready for the next game.
And who particularly did impress you from Queensland today?
Not many, actually. Pretty right across the board. We didn't have anyone that really stood out. Wiggins changed it a little bit when he went forward. We still think he's probably playing better down back. Franklin was good in the second half. Bryce got his 30 touches again, that sort of stuff. Clever Camp had some good moments. McGuinness was pretty strong right through. But look, we actually didn't have anyone that we go, they really played an outstanding game today, which is good and bad. So we certainly didn't have anyone at the top of the game, I don't think.
And throwing the likes of Wiggins forward, and McGuinness spent a bit of time in midfield as well, have been doing it throughout the season, but doing it today against Clarence, was that just to kind of see how it went against their side?
We weren't getting any drive through our forward half, so Wiggins can certainly change that, and he's a big rooster, so he can hit up well, and he took some really strong marks, which probably turned the game a little bit at that stage of the game. McGuinness he'll play through the middle a little bit more through the finals. Clever Camp will play through the middle a little bit more, so certainly depend on who we get back for the next game. So if McGuinness comes back, he will certainly play in defence, and which will allow maybe to release Josh McGuinness or Clever Camp through the middle.
And what's the what's the way you're going to attack the week off? Is it going to be business as usual, or?
Yeah, look, we'll recover up for the first couple of days. Have a solid hit out on the Thursday and the Saturday. Have a good session on the Monday, and then just go through set plays on the Tuesday and Thursday and do our normal training. But we'll recover first, and then have a couple of solid sessions.